Yeah, you're basically like a stand-in, but you'll be on camera. And I had no idea what had happened, but anyway, they reached out to me and they were like, yep, can you come to set for 11 a.m.? And I was like, I will be there.
You did a great job.
What's your recipe?
I know.
You're stalling.
And I saw Tosca last night.
Opera so bourgeois.
I'm like, I did everything right. Of course, there's no right, but
Yeah.
I worked all the beats.
Cycle. Not in the winter, of course.
Like until the deed is done, you're confused. I was like, I have to go to school. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
But I was a performer. But I never really let myself go as far as I wanted to with it, because I was like, I'm gonna go to school. That's like what you do.
Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so.
Oh, sorry, I just...
Oh, yeah.
It was like a Hail Mary from the universe. Because had I not booked that role,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pursued acting. I would have been like, oh,
You would've
that was
kept
weird.
going.
Anyway, yeah.
Bourgeois, Jean.
Why must everything be labeled?
Opera.
What do you think of the opera, Regina?
Yeah, I really feel like that was the universe's like, okay, here's your one, because you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So here's the thing so that you can embark on this path that you're
Yeah.
supposed to be on.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, guys. We are back with another episode. It's actually been a while since I had someone on the pod. It's been like I've been so like busy with like
Yeah.
work and stuff like that. But we are back with another episode, guys. A Christmas, just right before Christmas edition.
Yeah. A little holiday pod.
Yes. So we're back with another one of those Christmas edition podcast, and we have Danica Frederick in the house today, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going, Danica?
So good. Thank
So
you
good to have
so
you.
much for having me.
Of course. No, honestly, like I know we've been trying to schedule an episode together for quite a bit, and I know we talked about it. So I'm glad that we made it work.
Yeah, me too.
Considering that nomad sort of lifestyle that you've
Oh my
been-
gosh, I know. I was looking back at
Yeah.
the original message,
Mhm.
and I can't even remember when it was, but I've been back and forth from Vancouver,
Yeah.
I think at least twice since I sent that message. So it was
Okay.
nice that it
Yeah.
worked out this
No,
time.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. Yeah. No, honestly, I'm really happy to. I'm heading to Montreal on Monday, so I'm like, I'm glad that we made it
Yeah.
work. Amazing. Yeah, I know we were having like hell of a chat just
We
right before the podcast.
were,
Like,
yeah.
I was like telling her like, we need to save this for the podcast.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this. So,
Yeah.
but let's just go back in time a little bit,
Mhm.
and just bring us back to the early on the rise Danica days or
Sure.
something. I don't know what you
Yeah.
want to call it, but yeah, take us back in time to right before you started acting. Actually, like what got you into that?
Oh gosh.
I know you told me that you were
Okay.
into biology.
Yes,
We got a
yes.
biologist in the
I
house, everyone.
did go to school for microbiology, and then we were just chatting. I was on my way to do my doctorate in Atlanta, and it was it was 2 a.m. one night on Facebook, and I was perusing,
Right.
and I found a post. You know how sometimes you're on social media and it's like things that your friends
Yeah.
have commented on or whatever will come up.
Yeah.
And so this thing came up, and it was for a feature film that they were filming in Winnipeg. They needed an emergency photo double. Winnipeg is where I'm from, by the way.
Yeah.
They needed an emergency
Lovely
photo
Winnipeg.
double. And they were like, must be about 5'2", about this weight, long blonde hair. And I was like, great.
Right.
So
So a photo double is just like a double, but it's just for photo.
yeah, so basically,
Oh.
you are someone that kind of looks like the actor from the back
Right.
or the side enough, and they're used very commonly because they're a lot less expensive than the
Yeah.
actor,
Right. Yeah.
but also like for children, because
Interesting.
like kids can't be on set for more than 8 hours, so
Okay.
um.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, flash forward a bit, but I worked on a project where they had a child actor, so they had 2 photo doubles. So they basically had like around the clock coverage for this
Interesting.
child
Oh,
actor.
I
But
didn't know that.
yeah, so it's so they can get shots. Maybe the actor can't be there that day or whatever. It's you're basically like a stand-in, but you'll be on camera. And I had no idea what had happened, but anyway, they reached out to me and they were like, "Yep, can you come to set for 11 a.m.?" And I was like, "I will be there." I was supposed to be at work.
Yeah.
I worked for my dad at the time, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Dad, I'm not coming to work." Spoiler, he did fire me for leaving for auditions. I think a year later it was. He did. I love you, Dad. It was honestly for the best. I was like
Yes,
kicked from the
right.
nest.
Right.
But I got this photo double gig, and I went and they walked me
So
up
this
my
is like a modeling gig we're talking here, right?
it was film, but it was basically I sent in my
Okay.
cheerleading photo for the
Right.
Blue Bombers, and they were
Right.
like, "Great."
Good. We've seen enough. Come
Yeah,
on.
so they were like from the back side enough. I looked like this actress. And yeah, so I went to set and I was like, "This is amazing. I want to do this for the rest of my life."
Right.
And then I didn't actually know, but the actress was Taylor Hickson, who's from out here. She's from Kelowna.
Right.
And I don't know if
I
you
know who she is.
Yeah.
She was on Motherland. She was
Yes,
one,
she
one of
was.
the leads on Motherland.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, she's like one of the Kelowna.
Yeah,
So,
she's
success stories. Yeah.
she's so lovely, and I actually have to credit her for obviously not this gig, but I reached out to her after I got my next audition, which we'll get there, but she gave me a bunch of tips, and I really am I don't think I would have booked it without her.
Really? Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, shout
Taylor,
out.
we've never met, but if you see this, I think you're wonderful, and I wouldn't be here without
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Taylor. We love you.
Yes, but and I had no idea, and honestly, had I known, I probably would have been like, "I'm not taking this job." I was Taylor Hickson's photo double after her accident on set, and I had no idea.
Accident.
Yeah.
On Salem or
No, the movie was called oh gosh, what was it called? Oh, I can't remember. But the title, it's like a broken doll on the title.
Okay.
Anyways,
horror movies?
yes, horror movie. But yeah, it was she sued the production as she should have and was paid out, and I think she should have got more.
Wow.
Yeah, she fell through glass and
Like during rehearsals?
no, during filming. Yeah,
During filming?
during filming she fell through glass. Yeah. And
That's crazy.
yeah, so
Like
she
literally like glass? Like glass?
so from what glass,
Like,
and
not
that's no, and that's yeah, I know what you're thinking
Right.
because so this is all hearsay. And I hope I don't want to like
Right.
make this, but this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a scene where she's banging on a glass door. It's a horror movie. She's banging,
Right.
and what I had heard was she told the director or whoever was there, was like, "This feels like it's gonna break." And they were like, no, you're fine. Also, put your face closer to it. And she did,
Bro, that's so
because she was
fucking
like,
dangerous,
okay,
man.
and it shattered and it cut her face. So
No.
yeah, she had to be flown back to Vancouver for emergency surgery. I had no idea, because like I said, if I had known that, I would have been like, no, nope, I'm good.
So you went to that not knowing this.
Not knowing this. No, I had no idea. This was my first time on set. I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I knew nothing of the industry. I hadn't heard what happened. But it was a horror movie, so the dress that I was wearing had blood on it. And I grew up as a performer, so
Right.
and makeup artistry as well. So like I knew that it was fake blood, because if
Yeah.
anyone's felt fake blood, it's sugar basically. So it's
Right.
sticky. So I knew.
Of course, yeah,
But I come out of my trailer, and I think it was the third. I think she was the third at the time. She goes, "I don't know what you heard, but I just want to make sure you know that this blood is on your dress is fake." And I was like, "Sorry, what?" And that was when I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And then that was when I found out, and I was like, "Holy
So you found out
fuck."
while you were there?
Yeah, while I was on set.
That's
Yeah, so that
That's
was
crazy.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like obviously I'm so grateful
Yeah.
for the opportunity, but very not awesome circumstances
Of
of
course, yeah.
how
I'm
it
taken aback by what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Oh." But to your point, right? Like candy glass.
Literally.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Stunt, like there were so many ways for that to have been avoided.
Yeah.
And
Like, even plastic, for God's sake. could
Yeah,
look like
yeah,
glass too, right?
and
So,
And yeah, so just from what I've read, like I said, I don't personally know Taylor, but she sued them and yeah, because you
Yeah, I
know
mean, she has every right
she
to.
had this. That's you're an actor. That's your
Did that
you know.
scar her for life?
Yeah, yeah. It was a pretty intense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor
I mean,
her, man.
the plastic
That's
surgeons did amazing work. Like you can hardly tell, but it's
right. It's like,
how traumatizing. And I think she was only 17 at the time
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Anyways,
Crazy.
so sorry to be such a downer, but
No,
that
yeah,
was my
yeah.
start to acting. And then
What a start.
I know, right? I was like, oh,
What
am
a way to get into the business.
I cursed now? No. But I was like, wow, I love this. And so taking it back before that, I grew up modeling and dancing. And so 5 years prior, I had booked, it was weird. It was like a modeling gig, but as a dancer on a TV show. And during then, she was kind of like my handler, and I was like, okay. She had given me the casting director's information, contact info, and like background people in Winnipeg, and I had it saved in a note in my phone. So after I did this photo double thing, I was like, I wonder if I still have that.
Yeah.
And so for anyone who's not familiar with the Winnipeg film industry, it is this weird anomaly where you don't need an agent. So casting directors reach out to you directly.
Really?
And yeah, and they make
Damn,
their
okay.
yeah, it's really
It's that small?
I mean, yeah, I suppose, but yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah,
So
it's
they
that
reach
it's that
out to
small.
you, like they reach out to you for like TV shows,
Yeah,
movie caliber projects.
Yeah.
Not like short films or theater, community theater.
Yeah.
No?
And so they also make their breakdowns available directly to the actor. So like on casting workbook, you just go and you submit yourself. But
Wow.
yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah. No, didn't know that.
But so through that, I had their information saved and I was like, I'm going to send them my cheerleading photo.
Right.
And I was like,
So,
hey,
and you had done nothing before
nothing.
that? No, like theater in high school?
No, I grew up as a dancer.
Right.
But no
Dancing
no
was all you
acting.
knew, right?
Yeah, no acting.
Crazy,
And then
crazy.
yeah, modeling, but yeah, that was it.
Love it.
So I was like, hey, I would
Put on the
love to
modeling
do.
charm.
Yeah, I was like, if you have any photo double work, I would love to be considered. I was like, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Right.
Obviously, didn't hear anything. That was in December 2017. So I don't hear anything. And then February, I believe it was February 1st. I'm not 100% sure, but the following year, I decided to check my junk mail. And lo and behold, why?
I should be
Why?
checking them more often, to be honest. Like,
Right? I know. I'm like, oh,
How
there's
often do you check your junk
there's life-changing
mail?
messages in
Check your
here.
junk mail. I always
Right?
forget, because you don't get notified for this.
No.
You just kind of have to
yeah.
go and like, oh yeah, let me check my junk mail. I haven't
Yeah.
done it in a while.
Yeah, and every once in a while there's something in there important. I'm like,
Right.
oh.
Yeah.
But I have an email from Jim Heber, who is one of the casting directors in Winnipeg. There's basically two. There's kind of a couple other ones, but yeah, Jim Heber and Carmen Kodak. So I have an email from Jim Heber, and anyone who's ever auditioned for Jim or who like knows him is from Winnipeg, whatever. He has a very specific way of emailing, and you can once you meet him, you can hear his voice through the email, like the way that he's written it.
Okay.
And he goes, confirming your audition for the role of Claire White in the feature film. At the time, it was called Break My Heart 1,000 Times.
Very formal.
Yes, very formal. But honestly, I'm so grateful for that, because if he had been like, hey, Danica, are you interested in this? I would have said no, because I was like, I'm not an actor. Like,
Right.
I was down to do like photo double
The way
or
he
whatever.
wrote so formally.
Yeah.
When you wrote it, you're like, oh.
The way that he was like, confirm that you'll be here. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll be there. And oh my God, I was so nervous. I went and I think about it now. You know those moments in your life where you just replay them and you're like, why did I do that? So I show up to the audition. It's in person, right? This is 2017, 2018, anyway. And I show up, and it's like, it was a silent on-camera role, but it was very physical. It was really weird. The movie's out, so I'm not spoiling anything, but I am a ghost. I've been murdered, and I'm reacting to the person who's killed me, who is still alive. So you don't see that person, you just see me and my interaction with them. So there were no lines for me. But I was like, it was all these very specific beats. It's like, you see the person, you realize you recognize them. You're like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
You realize something's wrong. You realize they're going to kill you. You look for the tool to kill them. They grab you by the hair. Then they, like, it was so specific. And I really think the reason why I got the role was because I was a dancer. I was so used to like emotion through movement.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, so I go in for my audition, and Jim's reader, it was Sierra. Sierra, if you ever see this, I love you. Bless you for your patience during that. But she comes out and she's like, okay, and so-and-so, and Danica, you're on deck. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that
What's on
mean?
deck?
So
does that mean?
they like go inside, and I'm like, oh my God, like, are they waiting for me? Like, what the fuck? So I walk down this hallway, and I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I think I go in. So I open the door in the middle of someone's take.
Wait. So you didn't wait for you?
No, I just-
you.
Yeah.
So you just walked right
I
in.
was like, I was like, I think this was fun. So I like opened the door, and they all turned their head, and I was like,
bro.
close the door. Whoever's audition that was, I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. I think I was like killing it. You know, like,
Yeah, she's
I
like,
was like,
what?
fuck, just open the door.
Yeah, I was like,
How dare you,
oh my God, I was mortified.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go in and do this audition. Jim literally gets up from around the desk and walks up to me. Oh, I ran out of frame. Oh my God, it was a whole thing. He's like, and I remember this. He goes, I have no doubt you're going to book this role. Next take, try not to run out of frame. And I was like,
No pressure.
what?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you must
had
have
a
had
couple-
like a hell of a take.
I guess so.
It's like you weren't in frame, I guess.
I went for it. Oh my God. I was researching this role, and like
Yeah.
looking back now that I've
Right.
taken class and I've
Yeah.
read the books, I'm like, I did everything right. Of course there's no right, but
Yeah.
I like worked all the beats, and it was like, okay, who is this person? And I
Yeah.
watched scenes from all of these movies where
And you
they
did
were
all that work without any sort of like knowledge on like,
yeah,
script analysis. or
it
anything.
was-
Like, it was just
very
pure, like,
intuitive.
intuition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
crazy.
so I watched like all these scenes from all these movies where people were killed by people that they knew. So I watched, spoiler, if anyone is watching Sons of Anarchy,
Yeah.
now's your time to
Spoiler alert. Yep.
where Tara is killed by Jax's mom. I watched that scene. I watched the scene where Katniss is strangled by Peeta. Like, I watched all these
Right.
scenes of people being killed
by
or almost
someone
killed
they
by people
know.
that they knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had a couple callbacks.
Like,
I got the role.
Did you like just sit down and think about all the possible movies that this happened? Or you
Yeah,
researched
yeah.
that?
And so
Yeah.
that was when I had reached out to Taylor. I was
Right.
like, "What do I do?" And that was what she recommended, because I was like, "Hey, I have this audition. I'm not. I don't know what the fuck to do."
Yeah.
And then Reddit. I credit Taylor Hickson and
And
the
Reddit.
acting subreddit. Oh my!
Right, man.
Yeah, so I went
Paid
to
off?
Reddit. It paid off. I was obviously I
Crazy.
wasn't like, this is the project, but I was like, hey, this is the ish scene. And then I
Wow.
got all of these recommendations for
Right.
scenes to watch.
Right. So what did you know?
yeah.
So like, let's get into the nitty gritty of the
Yeah,
thing here.
yeah.
So what did you notice about these scenes that gave you what you needed to kill it? I guess.
I think
in the
it was
audition?
no pun intended. No, honestly, I think it was like betrayal was the biggest
Right.
thing. I think.
Mhm.
Cuz like obviously, being killed is horrified, I would assume. So that's obvious, right?
The
Like the
betrayal of
terror,
being
the
killed by someone you
yeah,
know.
and that
Right.
moment of realization
Mhm.
and like the grappling with it, because
Yeah.
like until the deed is done, you're confused, right? Like if
Right,
it's someone that you
right.
know and you trust,
You would never in a
You-
million years
yeah.
imagine a scenario.
and I
like that.
feel
Yeah.
like, and I mean that also depends on your character. Like now that I've
Mhm.
now that I've done a little bit more research, right, you have to figure out who the character is and how that they might react to that, because there's lots of different ways that if your character is someone that is trusting or isn't trusting or whatever. But yeah, I think it was like that betrayal and confusion was really the heartbeat of it. Yeah, because it's easy to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But
That's amazing that
yeah.
you're so like so like hyper aware of those things, like
Thanks.
going into like without like prior like acting knowledge.
Yeah.
That's amazing, you know?
Thank
Not
you.
everyone would think like, oh, you know, like betrayal. Okay, what do I know about that? You know, it's just
Yeah. It was that moment. I think honestly, if I had to really pinpoint it, it was that like, because I sort of chose to go like, oh, I really know and trust this person. He's like a father figure to me.
yeah.
To like, oh, like what? And then all of a sudden he's on me, and it's like, is he gonna stop? There's a moment where and I think this was on the day. I don't think this was in the script or my sides. But they had me going like backwards up these stairs because it was in a warehouse. And then there's a moment where I like start to fall and he grabs me. And so that was another moment of like, oh, maybe maybe we're like maybe we're like yeah, it was like, oh, he saved me, but then he kills me. Like it was the like the back and forth of the like
like wondering like what
yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, for a first role, I'd not expect, you know, that's amazing. You went that far.
Thanks.
That's very inspiring.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think honestly, I wish I could. I mean, I know that I can, but there was this beautiful like naivete that I had where I just went for it. Like I went 150%, and like to this day I really think that was my best audition in terms of like how I prepped it, how emotionally invested I was, and like how far I went. Like I was not afraid to be stupid. I wasn't afraid to run out of frame. Not that I knew what the frame was.
I guess like, maybe because I guess the pressure must have been off, thinking like, oh, you know what, I'm probably not gonna get this.
And it's
I don't know, like, I was like in my first audition.
Yeah.
You know, testing the waters.
Totally.
I'm gonna try things, see what works. You're probably not thinking that you're gonna get
no,
it. So you're very loose.
Definitely not. And it's so funny. Like I was so anxious and nervous because I wanted it so badly. And I think part of it, I know we said we were going to get into this, but I'm a big believer in signs. And so kind of where I was at in my life, I had been in a relationship at that point for just about 7 years, and I was going to go to school. I was going to move to Atlanta, and it was like all this stuff was happening. And as a kid, I never really let myself be happy. That sounds so depressing. No, but like I was like, I have to go to school. Like this is what I'm going to do. Like I'm going to, you know.
Yeah.
But I was a performer, but I never really let myself go as far as I wanted to with it, because I was like, I'm going to go to school. That's like what you do. And I had a train of thought. Now I forget what it was, but basically, yeah. Oh, I guess that, yeah, right. I was a big believer in signs. Yeah, and so my partner at the time, who was lovely, like we just, our lives were going different directions, and that's why we broke up. But yeah, peace be with you. But he said, he was like, why are you so nervous? Like this isn't like, your life's not going to change.
True.
But I got it, and my entire life changed. And my entire life changed because I decided not to go to school. I eventually moved out to Vancouver. Yeah, my whole life changed. And I really think that was like a weird, it was like a Hail Mary from the universe. Because had I not booked that role, I wouldn't have pursued acting. I would have been like, oh, that was weird. Anyway, yeah.
Moving on to biology PhD or whatever.
Yeah.
Which we need to get into that too.
We will, yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really feel like that was the universe's like, okay, here's your one, because you don't believe in yourself. Yeah. So here's the thing so that you can embark on this path that you're supposed to be on. Yeah. And I think, again, like not to get too philosophical, but like religion. I studied a little bit of religion in school as well. And I think religion largely exists because people need some sort of answer in this like world of unknown, right? And so I find myself constantly being like, my fiance, I essentially met through acting. I met him through one of my best friends, who I met through an acting class, which I obviously took because I was acting. Right. So at times when I feel like I'm not booking or it's not going well, I was like, maybe I was only supposed to be an actor, so I would meet my fiance and that's
Yeah.
it, and that's fine.
That's a
but
fair assumption. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big believer in that, and there's a season for everything, and I do think the universe gives us little signs or little things if you're paying attention that show you that you're on the right path, or slaps you upside the head with something
It's
to
one or the
divert
other.
you onto the right path. Yeah.
One or the other. I love it. I love it. So, since we're on the biology stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
so Danica studied biology.
I did. Yes, I did a double
Which is-
major in microbiology
Which is
and
surprising. Hold on,
biology.
hang on, yes, so she comes from a biology background.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to know. I think we're actually dying to know. Why did you leave biology? So what happened? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
So
why didn't you? So you had a degree in that, and then you
Yeah.
you were considering like doing some further
yeah,
studies.
yeah, I was accepted to go to school
Mhm.
in Atlanta, and my partner at the time was gonna come with me. We were gonna move that fall, and
Right.
this was
That's a 7 years relationship.
yeah. We were gonna
Okay.
go down that fall. That was when I was accepted for.
Yeah.
And at this point, it was like March that I had filmed that first role. And so, yeah, I really, like I said, I really just did not believe in myself as a kid. Performing is my biggest passion, like dancing, music. I was in a metal band. I played guitar in a metal band.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. That's sick.
Yeah. Played
I
my
always wanted to
first
be a band,
show.
man. I've never.
It was
I should've
so
picked up
fun.
guitar when I was.
Ah,
I should have picked up guitar when I was younger.
it's not too late.
Well,
It's never too late.
it's not.
And we'll
It's
get
a
into
guitar,
that
yeah.
also. But yeah, my first show I
Yeah.
ever played, I was 17. I had to sneak into a bar because I wasn't 18.
Right.
So I snuck in
Snuck
and
in,
played this show.
un-ID'd, yeah.
But then they never ID'd me or anything, because I was like, oh, I'm with the band.
You blended in.
Yeah, I was like, because I walked in, we were doing sound check, so it was like before they opened.
Right.
So I guess they weren't really. I guess they just assumed that since we were playing, we were all 18.
Right.
And then yeah, we didn't get paid, but we got like a bar tab. So it was
Okay. We'll take that.
you hit the bar,
Yeah,
underage
that's
drinking.
sick. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a sick.
Anyway, but yeah, I've been a performer my whole life. That's my biggest passion. Yeah, dancing, music, modeling.
Yeah.
But acting, like I truly never believed I was good enough. Like, not to make it a sob story, but I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna make it to the level that I want to be,
Right.
or I'm just not good enough to make a profession of this. So I'm gonna
I feel
go
like
to
it's
school.
a very relatable thought.
Totally. I
We
think
all
we,
think like
I
that at
think
some point in our
all
life.
artists have, imposter syndrome, or,
course.
whatever.
Everybody.
But, yeah. And so that's why I think, like, truly that one audition was like the universe's way of being like, if you don't do something now,
Mhm.
you're going to be miserable. And I don't know that I would have been miserable. I might have lived a very charmed, happy life.
Right.
But I always would have wondered what if, and like, school will always be there. I know acting will always be there too, but
Mhm.
you can only play certain roles for certain periods in your life, right? Like, I'm not gonna I can't play a 16-year-old now, and that's okay.
Right.
But there's a time where you're gonna play this kind of character, and there's a time where you're gonna play this kind of character.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was really it. Like, knowing that I was good enough to work, I was like, see ya.
Peace
That was
out.
it. Yeah, that was
Oh my
literally like
gosh.
the Hail Mary. I was like, okay, this is
Yeah.
I'm good enough to do this. And then right after that, my first agent had actually reached out to me. I was with the characters. He had reached out to me because of my involvement with it's now called Break My Heart 1,000 Times. No, I Still See You. Sorry, it was called Break My Heart 1,000 Times.
Yeah.
It's now called I Still See You.
Okay.
But he found me through the IMDb. And then
Characters found you that
yeah,
way?
characters found me that way. 'Cause
Okay.
he had a lot of clients on that project. And so that was, again, I was like, wow, like,
Yeah.
one of the top agencies in Canada wants
Counted
me.
man. Yeah.
I'm not with them anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, in like a not shitty way. I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's something here.
Yeah,
Like, I think I have to bet on myself.
Right.
And
no,
that was
if characters like reaching out to you
Yeah.
as a project,
yeah.
that, I mean, it says a lot.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, that was really it. Just knowing, like, being shown that it was a possibility, is
Yeah.
what made me go, okay,
Yeah.
I have to do this.
You know, sometimes you just need someone to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that's your sibling, significant other, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I guess it was characters, like, in a way, telling you,
Yeah.
like, you're meant for this.
Mm-hmm.
We want to rep you. Like,
Yeah.
really? Like,
Yeah. No, true. I was like, what?
Right.
Yeah, they had me put a couple things on tape for them because yeah, I had nothing. Like the
Yeah.
project wasn't even out yet.
Right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I got the email and I was like, is this spam? Like, is
Yes. It's
this
gotta be
is
a
someone trying to scam
Sounds
me?
way too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like,
And so I went to Reddit again and I was like,
you read it? Yeah.
I read it. And the comments were like, nope, that's a real agency.
Wow.
Like, good for you.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, it was great. So I put a couple things on tape for them, literally like no lighting, like just in my dad's office, like down a
Unreal.
hallway. And
Unreal.
yeah, it worked out.
I guess
Yeah.
it's a lesson for everyone. You know,
Yeah.
screw the lighting, screw the audio, guys.
Yeah, truly. No, honestly, but you have to bet on yourself. I know that's like so cheesy and like, oh,
Right.
take it, follow your passion and blah blah blah. But I feel like, and we'll talk about this because I'm curious about like your entrepreneurial endeavors.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
because you kind of have a similar backstory to me.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've, you know, if some of you are just tuning in for the first time, I have an engineering degree. I studied engineering when I was
Yeah.
in Montreal. Did mechanical, so did
Good
that
for
for
you.
a bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was just like not really seeing my life as an engineer, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
And at the time, you know, very similar to what you said. I mean, the opportunities are very limited. Not to the point where the agents reach out to you. You still need an agent in Montreal. That would have
But
been
it
really good,
exists.
though, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So that was like 2018, I would say. Like, that's
Okay,
when I was
yeah,
having
yeah.
these thoughts, and I don't know. I knew like my life was meant for something more. I was like, this cannot be it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get into business and all that until I got here.
Okay.
So the whole like entrepreneurship, you know, my e-commerce brands and all that, I only got into that back in 20, was it like right before COVID?
Okay.
And it was not even like planned because of COVID. It just
Sure.
sort of happened. I was like,
So funny. That was the same thing as my
Right?
business. Yeah.
I was already like, because the thing is like, I didn't know. Well, when I moved to Vancouver from Montreal, I knew like I wanted to be an actor at that point. So I
Sure.
gave everything up in Montreal to come here and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't know is that you know, before the whole self-taping mode stuff, you had to go in the room,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll just keep working as an engineer,
Sure.
because like remotely, you know,
Right,
I had like
yeah.
a job remotely. I was like, it's fine, and
That's
I'll
great.
just audition. But it doesn't work that way,
Mm,
because auditions were live back then,
right.
and
Yeah.
you had to go at any time, any
Yeah.
day.
They'll tell you today
And
you
I
got to
was
be there
like-
at 2
so,
p.m.
like, I
tomorrow.
remember like going to my employer. I'm like, yeah, so I gotta step out for a bit. He's like, what's going on? I was like, oh, you know, just forgot something at home. I'll be right back. So I would like that's what I
Yeah.
would tell him, like, just, you know, to go and do my audition real quick and come back. I thought it was like a one-time thing, and next
Yeah.
time it will be like, you know, I also didn't know that you had to audition too. I thought
Okay.
I thought like you just email them like, yeah, I want to be on this project. I thought you could
And they're
just,
like,
I
sounds
think-
good.
yeah. I didn't know there was like an audition process.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I saw the breakdown. I think I'm good for that. Like, what do we
like-
start kind of thing?
Yeah. What days do I need to book off?
Right.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was like an audition process. Like, yeah, no, it's not how it works, buddy. Like, just
Yeah, that's so
calm down,
funny.
like-
Oh my gosh. I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
it's like, yeah. Like, it's
You're like, I'm in.
I didn't know, like, auditions. Like, what? Like, we have to audition.
You're like,
I didn't know.
Auditions. Where's my offer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, so little did I know that I had to continuously like book time off of work to do that. I was
Right.
like, wait, like, this is unsustainable. I can't
Yeah.
keep on doing this. I'm gonna get fired. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's when I was actually thinking about you know, the whole business and stuff. That's
Mhm.
what I was like, okay, I need something a little more you know, self-sustaining.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. And then I had a buddy of mine who basically was like, shout out Tom if you're watching this. Tom Wang.
Hey, Tom.
He's a
Yeah.
goat. He's a goat. One of my buddy Tom, he basically was like doing Amazon, right?
Okay.
And he told me, hey, you should do Amazon. Like that's a good way to make money. I was like, Amazon, like what?
Yeah.
Like a courier, like just delivery guy,
Right.
Like no, you can have a store, right? Like you can have a store, and
Right.
you can sell products online on Amazon. I was
Also,
like,
courrier.
yeah,
I was gonna say French. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
The courier,
Yeah.
package guy, or delivery guy.
Yeah.
But I was like, wait, we can do that because
Right.
I don't know about you, but like I was under the impression that like all these people selling on Amazon and who have like stores, I thought like they were like big factories and like big corporations who have like
Yeah.
incredible amount of money to spend, like, and you have like, they have like a team.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could do that. Like you're like
Right.
person like you and I that could you
Yeah.
can just put a store up and
Yeah.
call yourself like not like I didn't know that, right? So I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
okay, I can do that. It's like, yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, everyone does it.
Right.
I was like, oh.
I mean, not me. Maybe I have to start doing
I was
it.
like,
But yeah.
okay. Well, I was like, so how do we get into that?
Yeah.
And then he kind of like showed me the ropes a little bit, and then launched my own store. Things sort of worked out. Started making some money. I was like, yo, fuck, this shit works, bro. Like this guy was like, good.
Nice.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And then so like just use that, launch a couple more products, and yeah, that's been my life, honestly. Just like
Nice.
my business, my e-commerce
Good for
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, similarly, I have my own business. It's my own business. It is like through a platform. So they do all my marketing and stuff for me. But around the same time, and same thing, it wasn't because of COVID. It just happened to be.
Yeah.
But I'm a teacher as well. So I
Nice.
teach online. And I started by teaching English to kids in China.
Right.
So for, oh my God,
Yeah.
2 years, I was completely nocturnal because I lived on Beijing time.
Right.
So I would work during the week from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, I literally think about it now and I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? I would work from 5:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. So like a full like 12 and a half hour shift overnight on Fridays and Saturdays because that's their Saturday, Sunday. And that was what I did. And it kind of worked for me for auditions. I mean, at that point, things were on tape now anyway, because of COVID. But it was kind of nice because I had my days completely free. So I'd sleep until like 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
Right.
But then I had the whole day to do whatever I needed to do. And then I would work at night. And it was kind of sick.
Right.
It didn't pay great though. So
Right.
I started transitioning in 2021, but then it didn't work out. I started transitioning to like a different platform where you make your own curriculum. The company that I was working for before, it was all, they did their own curriculum. So it was easy that way. But I was like, I want to make my own business and I want to make more money doing this. And I know that I can. So yeah, I started in 2021 with this other platform.
Yeah.
But then I booked the lead of a movie with Jade Michael, who you had.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out, Jade.
Yeah, so
she was
she-
in your seat.
Yes.
Couple weeks
Yes.
ago.
So she and I were lead. I think she was a lead as well. But yeah, we were both on that project together. So I ended up having to step away from it because I was on set every day for 15 days or whatever it was. And then at that point I was like, I'm just gonna go back to serving, whatever. But now I'm doing it full time, and it is largely thanks to my fiance because he really held down the fort while I kind of built up my business.
That's amazing, honestly.
Yeah,
Love so
which
much, yeah.
yes, I love him very much. I call him Chief Baby. His name's Nolan. Chief Baby. Thanks, Chief Baby.
Thanks, Chief Baby. We owe you.
But yeah, I miss him. I just dropped him off at the airport this morning. But no, the part of why I wanted to bring that up is, and this was advice that I got from my first agent at Characters. And when he first said this to me, I took it the wrong way. I did not understand what he meant. And what he said to me was, you need to find something other than acting that makes you happy. And I was like,
Damn.
that's fucking
That's
rude.
the realest thing I've heard
Yeah,
all year. Like, I
but
love it,
but because I took that like completely not how he meant it. He
Right.
meant that
Yeah, how did
You
how
need to
did you
find
say
something.
that?
Yeah, I was like, what? You don't think I'm supposed to be an actor? No, but
Okay,
that's how I took it. I took it as like, acting's not going to work out for you. So you need to
Right.
find something else. And I was
So
like,
you thought he
"What?"
was trying to tell you like, hey, you're not it, but in a very
Yeah.
sort of a
Yeah.
nice way, I guess.
Yeah. He did say I wasn't lead material, and jokes on him. I have been
He
a lead
said
a couple
that?
times. Yeah.
Like verbatim.
Verbatim.
Damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but I digress. No, what he meant was you need to find something that makes you happy that you can do alongside
Yeah.
of acting.
Right.
Ideally, something that can pay your bills.
Mhm.
Because, and I've seen it so many times, right? Like Vancouver's tough. My friend who I'm staying with right now, uh, currently has 5 jobs. 5 jobs.
Five
I know.
jobs.
5 jobs. Because serving here, especially this time of year, it starts to slow down. So it's like she's
Right.
constantly called off.
Mm.
She's scheduled on-call shifts. They don't
Right.
need her. They like it, so it's just like this juggling act, and it's the burnout. This poor
course,
girl's
yeah, yeah.
sick right now, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
and no one wants to be a server.
Not
I'm sure
forever,
that's
at least.
right.
Yeah.
So honestly, for me, and when I look back, like I would say I have booked the most projects I've ever booked in a single year this year,
Mhm.
and they've all been out in Vancouver, which is nice because I feel like if you're coming from somewhere that's not Vancouver, sometimes it feels like
Yeah.
you're trying to like punch your way to the top a bit, right?
Right.
But honestly, having my own business that pays me
Where to
and
go,
I
honestly.
love, and it's also flexible because it's my own business. Like today, I
Yes.
had my fitting for my project that the series that I'm doing in a couple weeks,
Mhm.
and I had a class at 4:15. So I just messaged her and I was like, "Hey, I have a fitting at 4.
Yeah.
Can you do earlier?" And she was like, "Yep." Great. None of this like, oh my God, like I need someone to take my shift, like,
course,
but I
yeah.
need to pay my bills, like, blah, 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 right? Like,
So annoying.
and that sucks the life out of you and your art.
Yeah.
So I really, truly, like, if I had to give any advice, not that I'm like, who am I? But if I had to give any advice to anyone who wants to be an actor, it's really find something that you love or at least are interested in
Yeah.
that you can do alongside of it that makes you money.
Yeah. That's basically
Yeah.
what I tell everyone
Yeah.
almost every episode. Because obviously like I was not one of those crazy ones who just came here and and I'm like, you know what? It's acting or bust for me, bro. Like it's just like, we're like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like I was real enough to
Sure.
know that, like, I'm like, okay, this is like we're here for a long time.
This is an adventure and we're going to see where it goes.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
It's good to have something to fall back. Like,
Yeah.
Also, like the fact that I also like had like a degree too to fall back on.
Yeah.
Like that safety net that it
If
gave
shit
you.
totally hit the fan, you
Right.
could go back to
Exactly.
that.
That's what I told
Yeah.
my parents. It's like, hey, like listen, I have some leverage, right?
Right. And me
I'm
too.
like, if
Yeah.
things don't work out,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm screwed. Like I
Right.
can always go back to that.
Yeah.
Now of course it hurts your career in a bit because like
Sure.
you're gonna go to your employers like, yeah, so you haven't worked in engineering for 5 years. What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah. What is this gap on your resume? And you're like,
Right.
well,
Right.
I was a clown, actually.
Right? That's the hardest thing to
Yeah.
explain because like there's a big
Yeah.
gap. They're like, so were you not landing something or
Yeah.
like, yeah, I gotta explain
Right.
that, right? So,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's fine. It's just like having a gap is better than not having
Yeah.
anything to fall back on. To be
Yeah.
honest, so.
I'm curious your thoughts on this. So
Yeah.
I have just like with like let's say shit totally hits the fan, acting's done in Vancouver, we're all fucked. We all have to go back to our 9 to 5s.
Mhm.
I have friends currently
Yeah.
that are actors and like things are going well for them. If they're applying for jobs or like apartments, they don't tell people that they're an actor
Yeah.
because they're worried
say it.
about you don't say it?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't. I like. Well, you only say it like. I mean, it would make sense for you to say it like if you say like. The thing is like it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Sure.
Because it can like be really good for you,
Mm-hmm.
where they're gonna be like, oh, you're an actor.
You're like,
You
oh, an
must be you
actor?
must be loaded. Or
Yeah.
you're an actor. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it depends on how educated
Sure.
the person is.
It depends on their perception.
Right? So
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of like a gray area that I don't like to go in. But I think if you say like you're an entrepreneur and like you have a business, because I feel like we're all entrepreneurs as actors.
Yes,
Like, I mean,
absolutely we are.
like,
Yeah.
we're entrepreneurs. We file our own taxes. You know what I mean? Like so, like
Yeah.
that's what an entrepreneur does, right? Like it is
Yeah.
a business, right? So yeah. I mean, like you don't own a business, but
Mhm.
you're landing these projects every once in a while,
Yeah.
and you're working and you're making money. So like it kind of is like
Yeah.
the life of an entrepreneur. Right?
Yeah, totally.
So I guess like it's just I like to rebrand myself.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have to rebrand myself. I'm actually an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
if you're an actor and you're trying
You're
to
just
like
being a little bit more broad.
yeah, you want to rebrand yourself as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. That's more appealing on the resume than an actor.
Sure.
But not only that, you also gotta say like that you have like a business or something.
Right.
Because a lot of entrepreneurs are actually broke too. So like, it's just
Yep.
you know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep,
So
yep.
like I mean, to be honest, like I think there's like here's the thing. I mean, when I try to apply for like an apartment or something,
Mhm.
like I think I don't like obviously like I'm not saying do that, but this is stuff that I've done that have worked
Yeah.
for me.
This is not
And again,
advice.
guys, I'm
This
not-
is just
I'm not advocating for that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's okay to white lie in an application, okay? Like it's okay
Sure.
to bullshit your way in because everyone fucking does it,
Yep.
right? So sometimes you can say like, yeah, so my business makes that, and that, even though it doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, you're not trying, you don't have malicious intent.
No.
You know,
no.
you know you can actually afford this place,
Yeah.
but you need to lock it. But then
Mhm.
if you're like, if someone else who's been like working for a company for like 7-10 years, who has like a lot of seniority, you're not gonna beat that,
No.
right? So like you gotta bullshit your way in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but don't do that if you can afford the place, right? Like obviously, that's what
No.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. No, but that's so true. Like even when
Yeah.
I was out here, like when I first moved out here, I
Mhm.
wasn't planning on staying. I wanted to come out for a few months, take some
Right.
classes, just
Yeah.
kind of see if I liked it.
Yeah.
And I fell in love. So I decided to stay, and I had been living in an Airbnb,
Right.
and so I was like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I started looking for apartments.
Mhm.
And I went because I still had student debt at the time. And anyway, I went to go get like a consolidation loan basically because I was trying to get this apartment and then I was trying to get rid of my student debt so I wasn't paying so much interest on it.
Mhm.
But I was at the time serving at Cactus Club, so I was making money.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like cactus on a Friday, Saturday.
yeah, Cactus on a Friday, Saturday,
money, yeah.
right? But because, you know, a lot of your income is tip money,
true. That's
they're
pretty
like, show us your pay stubs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I make $1,400 a month. They're like,
As a
be
matter of fact,
gone.
I actually worked at Cactus
Yeah.
Club for a week.
Was that you?
I did.
Did you?
I had seen enough after a week. I'm like, I can't do
Which,
that.
which Cactus Club?
I think it was the one in North Vancouver, one of the North.
Oh,
Vancouver
okay.
ones.
The OG Cactus Club.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
park. Is it the Park Royal?
Oh, the Park Royal one?
I think so, right?
Oh, is that the?
I'm not sure. There's like
Yeah.
one of the North
There
Vancouver
is one
ones.
there.
One of
But
the North Vancouver
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
What did you do there? Were you serving?
I was bussing in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
That's how you start. Like you're like either like
Like a server
like a
assistant.
busser or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a host.
Right.
So you just got people at the tables.
Yeah.
So I started as a busboy, and I was like, bro, this is
Like,
way too much
fuck
fucking pressure
no.
for me, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm being fucking treated like fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like, I
it's
don't fucking deserve it. But I also needed a little bit more money. So I
right.
actually picked it up. Like I
Right.
I was in that transition period between
Sure.
the engineering stuff.
Yeah.
And I also didn't know how expensive the city was. I was like,
Oh
I thought I was fine with my
God.
thought. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
You're like,
fine.
what?
Like, yo, this
No.
shit, this fucking city is expensive.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But anyways, little side story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
A week. That's how.
A week.
I had
1
seen
week.
enough after a week. We're like,
Well,
yeah,
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so after that, did you have any other survival jobs before?
No, so I mean, like it was. I mean that. I mean, like I did like delivery driving. I did like DoorDash, Uber Eats. all that
Okay.
for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Did you like
honestly,
it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Okay.
like it's like honestly like I'm not like I don't I felt like I was like good at it. Like I
Yeah.
felt like I was just I just I don't know. I was
Yeah.
just,
You excelled.
I had a
Yeah.
car and like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just I was on the app. I was on my phone already, and I was like, you know what, like yeah, it's fine. Like
You
it's
know
just
what?
pick up
Hell
and drop.
yeah.
Pick
Yeah.
and drop. Like I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Awesome. Good for you.
That kind of like kept me afloat for like for a
Nice.
while, and then that gave me the money I needed with the engineering stuff. 'Cause I
Sure.
was like still working remotely
Sure.
to kind of invest in the business.
Wow.
'Cause I was, like,
Okay.
without that, we would
Very
be in so
cool.
much debt today.
Yep. 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 I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
feeling. Oh my gosh, I've had so many random survival jobs, like
Yes.
just the most. I princessed for a while.
Princess.
Yeah, where you go to like birthday parties as,
Oh.
or like whatever sort of event as a princess or
Interesting. That's
whatever.
something-
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, princessing. Yes.
Princessing. Okay.
God, I did I was a Budweiser girl before I started
Right.
acting. Yeah, but then
Budweiser.
yeah, so I worked for a company called Mosaic. So it was
Okay.
like AB InBev, which owns
Yep.
Labatt and like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Smirnoff is one of them. What is the parent company? Diageo. So like
yeah.
Captain Morgan,
Yep.
all like
All the
all of
goodies.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I first got out here, I did a little bit of that still because Mosaic is, I believe they're international actually, but
Okay.
national for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I worked for this other company where I'd go clean out. It was another like oh God, what do they call it? Brand ambassador companies.
Yeah.
But I didn't do any brand ambassadoring for them. I would just clean out their storage
Right.
rooms. And it was all for like alcohol sampling. So I'd go in and there'd be cases and
Yeah.
cases of like wine and alcohol.
Yeah.
So if you sound like I'm a lush or an alcoholic, I'm not. I hardly drink at all. But they'd be like, oh, if there's any wine there, you can just take it. So we'd
Yeah.
have like cases of
Cases
wine
wine.
in my apartment. Yeah, it was
Man.
wild. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
must have like.
It was sweet, honestly.
Yeah,
And like, yeah, like you said, kept me afloat when I first got out here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good
Ooh.
one. There's a lot of projects that you're on. Honestly, like I'm quite
thanks.
impressed.
Thank you.
Quite impressed. So you're with Pacific now.
I am with Pacific Artists. Yeah.
So how odd is it that you live on Pacific and you're with Pacific?
I know. Crazy.
Did you bring that up? I was like, I actually live on your street.
Yeah. I'd be like, it's serendipitous, meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, no. Sorry. Before we do that, I want to talk about the spoiler alert, the altruist stuff.
Yes.
I know you were telling me like what's that moment that you told me that you were about to give up?
Oh goodness. Okay. So
yes. I
yes.
want to capture that.
So I've kind of had this weird thing. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, but
Yeah.
we were talking about religion before, and I'm a big believer in the universe, and that if you're paying attention, the universe will guide you. The universe shows you signs. So, like I mentioned, my fiance, he is American. I am not American. I am Canadian. So we're doing long distance right now, which is okay. It sucks. I mean, unless you're in love, wouldn't recommend, but I love him with all my heart.
I've done it once. It didn't work out so well, but I mean, I know people who this worked out for. So
I think the most important thing is like knowing when you're gonna see each other next and having an end plan.
Having a plan. That's something that I learned. It's just like you gotta have a plan.
Yeah.
If you're doing that
If you're just like, we
Just
don't know
winging it,
what's
like-
next, yeah, it's really tough. I just dropped him off at the airport this morning, like I was saying. But so I made the decision 2 years ago, just about January 2024, that I was going to move
Yeah.
down to the States. I say that because I wasn't actually moving. I was just there on a visitor visa.
Right.
I was lucky enough.
We're gonna move to the U.S.
Move to the well, I'm like, especially right now
I have
with
my visitor visa. We're gonna move. There.
we're gonna
We're gonna
move
figure things
there.
out when we get there.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna go down for like a few months at a time and then come back. I was very lucky. I had some acting money, some money saved, so I was able to do that. And then was teaching a bit for the Chinese company, which I researched this because I was like, what are the laws?
Yes.
Again, with everything that's politically happening right now.
You did your due diligence.
So if
Love it.
you work remotely for a company that is not a US company and or more importantly does not have US clients, you're good. You can work in the US remotely on a visitor visa.
Interesting.
However, if your company that you work for is American and or the clients are American, you cannot work in the US remotely, even though like I'm a Canadian, I was hired as a Canadian. Anyway, whatever, just FYI. But I was going to go down. I was working for this Chinese company.
Prince, you know?
Yes. Well, I always kind of wondered because occasionally the Border Patrol would ask me and I would say, and they would always let me through. And then I had found out that that wasn't allowed, but I was like, but I but they let me through anyway.
Yeah.
Depends who you get, I'm sure. But anyway, so I moved down to LA to be with my fiance. I'd stay for like a couple months, then I'd come back. Then I'd go down for a little bit more, and then I'd come back. And I never overstayed. Like that was not the vibe.
Yep.
But then I was down there visiting this year. I went back the day before my birthday, March 4th.
Yep.
And yeah, that was around the time when, again, not to get too political, but everything with, the deportations and all of that started getting quite intense.
Right.
And so I was a little bit like,
yeah, you felt like you were singled out.
yeah, well, I was like, I don't want to be here on like questionable status. Like, I don't, I'm really not trying to do anything illegal, but like, it looks a little suspicious when it, I'm younger relative to the population that generally can spend 6 months of the year in the States.
Right.
I'm engaged to an American. My job is remote, so it's not like I'm like, I have to be back for my shift on Friday.
Yeah.
My
It
ties
definitely like leaves room for investigation.
yes,
for sure.
totally. Even though it wasn't doing anything, they could just be like, not today, and I was like, oh, so I was down there and we were like, what are we gonna do? Like, because we had been thinking about moving to Vancouver. Like, we were so up in the air. And I was like, well, I'm here. Like, I'm in the States legally. There is an option. If you've entered the US legally, you're on one kind of visa. It's called an adjustment of status. So if anyone's immigrated to Canada, you might be familiar with the inland or the outland process. So an adjustment of status is the equivalent of the inland process, which is where you're already in the country when you apply to immigrate there.
Yep.
The problem, if you want to call it that, is you are not allowed to leave the country during that process. Except for Canada. You can, because we're just better. But we're a little more humane. Yeah.
Yes, we're supposed to be like their best friend.
Yeah.
Friend,
no, but if you enter the US and then you enter, say, on a student visa and you meet the love of your life and you get married and you decide to adjust status from your student visa to your green card, you cannot leave during the time that it's processing.
That's crazy.
Yes.
You're sort of locked.
You're locked, and it could take, you can apply for something called advanced parole, but that can take 6 months to be approved. It can take 2 months to be approved. It can take 10, like, you don't know. So with all that being said, I was hesitant to do that for a couple of reasons. One, I didn't want to be in the US on an expired visa waiting for my paperwork. Two, just in a career sense, I would have to stop auditioning because I wouldn't be able to leave if I booked any projects. And so we were really like, ooh, what are we going to do? And we also, like I was saying before, I was like, we didn't want it to be like you have to get married now. Like, I didn't want fear of what was happening politically to interfere with our marriage.
Yeah. And you guys already had like the plans of like when the marriage is gonna happen.
No, we didn't. We're very like, we got engaged really quickly because of distance, but we really like, we're gonna elope. Like, we're not we're it's not like not a rush. We're not in a rush, but I would still like it to not be under the guise of having to do it.
Of course.
And again, trying to do everything, needing to do everything legally and not anyway. So
Absolutely.
I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And so I was walking down the sidewalk, and I think at this point I had read for the altruists 3 times.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the sidewalk and I was like, God, universe, it's me, Danica. If you're listening or if you exist, like now is the time. I need a sign. Now is the freaking time. And then that afternoon, I got pinned for the altruists. And I was like, oh, shit.
Right after that prayer?
Literally later that day.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
oh
unreal.
my God. And then I ended up booking it. So I left.
Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah, thanks. And you too. Yes.
Turns out we're both on the altruists.
We're both on the altruists.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was like crazy. And I am such a big believer in that. I did a project a couple years ago called the holiday shift. It's out. It's been out. But when I auditioned for it, I got all these little signs that I had a knowing. And even for this most recent thing that I booked, I'm sure I can say it.
Yeah.
Tracker. I booked an episode of Tracker.
Yeah. I keep waiting for this. I just can't seem to land it.
Oh, you'll get it. It took me 9 times.
Nice.
This is my 9th audition. Yeah.
Okay.
But I
gotten so close so many times.
yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. You will. It was so weird. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew somehow. I don't know. And I didn't know before I knew, but I had this feeling. And
do you know the extent of the role like that you had? Like it was like a recurring principal?
for what I booked?
Yes.
Yeah. A guest star.
Guest star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I did the holiday shift, the director was one of the directors of Schitt's Creek, if anyone knows that show. Yeah, Paul Fox. He's awesome. He's so lovely. But I literally did my audition and I went right to work at Cactus Club, and one of my tables was wearing an Ew David sweater.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that's a sign. And then another one of my tables was from Ohio. It took place in Ohio. Originally, it was called Christmas in Love, Ohio.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, that's another sign. And I kept there were other things too, but I kept getting all these little Easter eggs from the universe. And so I was like, and then I ended up booking it.
Yeah.
And anytime I've booked something, there's been things like that. So even for this project,
just little,
I won't say what my character is or the scene, but
of course.
the character is from Kansas City, which is where my fiance is from. And then the character that we're talking about in the scene, I have literally 5 students with this name, and my acting coach's daughter has this name. So I was like, okay.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I'm a big believer in if you're paying attention, the universe shows you the way, and you just kind of have to go with the flow. And I know that's so much easier said than done. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
But I really think if you just oh, and another thing is gratitude. I don't know if this is something, and again, I know it's really but I did my tape for Tracker, and then I went to the sauna. My favorite thing to do is to go to the infrared sauna and meditate.
Did you do a callback with them, or you
no?
just booked you right away?
My tape was due Monday. I found out I was pinned Thursday, and I booked it 2 Fridays.
Yeah, okay.
ago.
This is the impression I'm getting. They just don't do callbacks for unless it's something big, right?
Yeah, I haven't had a callback
forever. Me neither.
Unless it was for a commercial. The last callback I had, unless it was a retape request, they wanted to see more from you or whatever, was actually for a TV series that's coming out on Monday. I found out yesterday. That I filmed
Funny enough.
3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that's the last callback I had.
I was like, oh, that's still coming.
That's a whole thing. We could talk about that. One of the producers is in jail.
My goodness, holy shit.
Yeah, it's called Safe Haven.
You have some interesting stories, huh, on set?
I have some stories. I do have some stories.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's so
but yeah, I really think one of the things that I've tried to get better at is letting go. Aparigraha. It's a term that I learned when I was studying religion. Oh God, this is gonna make me sound so ignorant. I try to be aparigraha. I'm pretty sure it's Buddhism. Oh, don't quote me on that. Someone can fact check me. I'm pretty sure it's Buddhism, but it means non-grasping. And I thought that was so fascinating when I studied that. And so I really try to meditate, and I'm like, you know what? We are part of nature. We are part of the universe, and there is a season for everything in nature. There's a season when the rose blossoms, it blooms, it dies, it grows. And we're not different. We're part of nature as well. So there's gonna be a season. Right now, life is going pretty great for me, I have to say. But there's, everything, this too shall pass, for better or for worse. There will be a time where I'm down and out again, and there will be a time when things were amazing again. And I think, if you're living the artist's life, it's particularly imperative to kind of get on board with that. Yeah.
Wow. Amen.
Amen.
So good. So good. I love it.
Yeah.
So a question I wanted to ask you as we're getting closer to that
Yeah.
8:30 mark.
I'm sorry I talk so much.
No, you're good. I love it. If anything, I love them when they talk more than not.
Yeah,
So,
great. Perfect.
So I wanted to ask you, this is so when you booked that little that project that we talked about, that whole,
The first one?
the Taylor Hickson
Yes.
guidance.
Okay, yeah,
project
the
stuff,
photo double thing.
the
Yeah.
photo double thing, yeah. So how did your that's actually not the question, but that's the question leading into the question that I actually want to ask. But how did things go from there? Like, was it like all sunshine and
Yeah.
stars,
So
or
the Cliff Notes
downhill?
version is, the first like year and a half really well. And that's why I decided to move out to Vancouver because I honestly think I got a little cocky. I cannot lie.
No,
I
it's actually sometimes
Yeah.
good to be cocky
yeah,
because it gives you that that confidence, boost that
confidence,
you need
yeah.
to kind of
to
push
propel
through.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I booked like I mean, for someone who had just started acting with like no
Yeah.
prior experience, I booked
You
3
thought you were
projects.
hot shit. Like, that's
No, well, yeah, I booked 3 projects in my first year. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I decided to move out to Vancouver. And I think I think this is important to talk about too.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna air all my dirty laundry, but like with all the good, there's also bad, right? I sound like I'm on shrooms or something. I swear I'm not. But the yin and the yang, right? Like
Right.
you have to really embrace that. And like acting's been amazing. I've met some of the best people. I've met my fiance through
Yeah.
it. I've
Literally.
also met some of the worst people I've ever, and like
Yeah.
I've had amazing things happen to me. I've
course.
had not so awesome things happen to me. I won't say the project
Right.
just out of
Yeah, we're not
you
trying
know,
to steer anything.
not trying to,
Yeah.
but like I was asked to lose weight for a role
Yeah.
in one of my first
That's not the first time I heard
No.
something like that.
and
Yeah.
I'm pretty open about this. I think every every woman, and particularly dancing, that's like eating disorders are pretty prominent, but like I was in recovery from an eating disorder, and I knew exactly how much I weighed because I would weigh myself every day. I weighed 109 pounds. I'm 5'3", and they asked me to lose weight.
That's crazy.
Sorry, from where? And I was shooting in 3 weeks. Yeah. So just like I've had stuff like that, and I really feel like most women probably have, unfortunately, in the industry. But you have to take the good with the bad. So I booked this thing. I booked a few things right off the gate. Had some really great things. Had some really not so awesome things, and that was sort of what made me want to like start new in Vancouver. I was like, I want to fresh start in Vancouver, and I want to grow my career from there. I came out to Vancouver. I did not work for almost 2 years. I was like, and I was like, I have made a grave error.
Right.
This is not good. Like, I need to move back to Vancouver or to Winnipeg. I was crying every day. I was like, what have I done?
Right.
And
then sorry, were you still in that relationship when you were
no.
here? So
that had ended.
So
Yeah.
you just came here doing your thing.
Yeah, I was here. I was doing my thing. I wasn't dating anyone. And
So we're like fresh new page.
yeah,
like
fresh new. I was
Vancouver,
like
love it. Okay.
fresh new page. And then I think this is important to talk about too for anyone who is, maybe looking at getting into the industry or looking to switch agents. Bigger agent is not always better. Typically with like bigger agencies, they've got a lot of working people and a lot of names. So if you're not one of those names, you can very easily get lost. And that was basically what happened to me.
Right.
I went on one audition the entire first year that I was here.
Yeah.
One audition for a non-speaking role on Motherland that I didn't get. And that was when I was like, I had credits coming out here. I feel like I should have been going out more.
Right.
So that was when I decided to leave characters, and then I signed with Pacific Artists. And then that was like night and day.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so then
I had the same experience.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, but I'm with characters.
Oh, no way.
So
That's so funny.
It's just funny sometimes.
Yeah.
How
That's you never know, and like that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
it's not even necessarily a bigger agency. It's who your rep is and how you work with them.
I agree.
Right? So yeah, I came out here. My career was like, meh, and then I dropped characters, and then I signed with Pacific Artists, and then it started getting better. I booked my first role after not working for almost 2 years, which was Blood with Skeet Ulrich and Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah.
And then I kind of, it was like a slow growth, and now it's starting. It's interesting. The roles are smaller, but the bookings are more frequent.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of speaks to where we're at just in the industry as a whole right now. I remember my agents telling me, oh gosh, a few years ago now, they're like, now that you have like a few leads, I did a lead of a lifetime, and that what's it called? First person shooter. That was the thing that I did with Jade. They're like, we're not sending you out for anything less than principal. And I was like, oh, okay. And now I'm auditioning for anything and everything, silent on camera. And I'm like, please, yes, more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, and then like this, and now it's kind of like this.
Yeah.
But smaller roles, so like fewer days on set as a whole, but more projects.
Yeah. So it's just that, it's that balance that you're, I guess, like sometimes like in like slow times, you'll just take anything or nothing.
And that's kind of what I've, my fiance's in LA, and so it's interesting because he kind of has, I would say, a better gauge on the overall temperature of the film industry.
Yeah. And you told me that it's not good there.
It's not happening down there. It's really slow.
Yeah.
Canada's where it's at right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like we're in good hands.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's actually what was going to lead to my actual question. So I guess since you didn't see results for 2 years, and I guess for like anyone who's trying to book and they're just not landing it.
Yeah.
So like what happened, I guess, in your routine, or like what did you change, if you changed anything?
Yes.
That made you more bookable?
Totally. Okay. Well, so I actually did
The brutal honesty.
honesty.
We want to know it.
So
it helps people out.
Some of them are gonna be interesting. One, and I know I'm wearing like a full face of makeup today because I wanted to wear, so this role that I booked, I felt that the character would be a bit more glam. And so I try to go to my fittings how they would maybe see me on the day so that they can kind of get the whole picture.
Interesting.
So so this is a full face of makeup, but I started wearing less makeup in my tapes. I'm also a makeup artist. And so for me, like, the makeup is a big part of the character and I love it.
It's in the makeup, huh?
It's in the makeup. That's the key. All of y'all gotta stop wearing makeup. No, truly though, like I'll go back at some of my tapes and I'll be like, oh my God, I was wearing so much makeup, and like, I looked great, but I was like, it's hard to see past like the makeup. Right. And so especially anyway, so honestly, that I think that made like a really big difference. And I still wear makeup in my tapes. Like I wear a decent amount, but I used to go like full glam for my tapes. And I do think I used to have really bad acne, and I think that was a part of it. Was I needed to cover it, but so that was part of it. I did actually take about a 6-month break from acting. Which for where I was at might have seemed a little counterintuitive because I had been pinned for a bunch of things and then I didn't get any of them, and I was so just like disappointed. But I was like, I don't think I can take crying on the couch over Killer Limo anymore. Like, I really don't think I can. So I took a break, and that I think kind of helped me put things in perspective. I was like, it's not that serious. A friend of mine, who's an actor from Winnipeg, he said, we're playing expensive make-believe.
Right.
It's not that serious. Like, you don't, like, of course, respect the project and the writing or whatever, but like, at the end of the day, like, we're all just specks, and no one's gonna remember us in 1,000 years. Like,
much,
like
fine.
it's not that serious.
Yeah, I mean, unless like you did something substantive, like where your name's gonna go in the books and all that, like sure. But like,
sure.
In 1,000 years, you're right. Like,
yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
No, and that's it. I think it helps to let go. So in that same vein,
True.
I take a lot of liberties with my tapes.
Mhm.
I will add lines.
Okay.
I'll do
You add
Action-
lines even like for any sort of role
It
audition?
depends. It depends on the casting director. It depends on
Right.
like I'll go over it,
Mhm.
which is my next thing. I work with an acting coach.
Okay.
John Emmett Tracy is my acting coach, and
Okay.
he's my dad. He's my acting dad.
Okay.
Like
John
he
Emmett
is
Never heard
the
of him.
best.
I'll definitely check him out though.
Everything that I've booked
It was with him?
has been either with him or my fiance as the reader. And I know that
Really?
I'm the actor, whatever, but like I honestly think working with John, and he laughs because I'll book him for things and he'll be like, "You don't need me for this. Like, why did you?"
What'd you call?
But
I was sleeping. I was good.
yeah, literally the last time I coached with him, he was like, "I'm gonna take a dad nap." Like it was like I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Oh,
John."
so funny.
But I think there's something about like, first of all, art is collaborative.
Yeah.
I really do my best work when I'm bouncing my ideas off of someone else.
Mhm.
And I also just feel more confident. I know that he's gonna support me.
Yeah.
So I don't get so like neurotic generally
Right.
about my tapes when I'm working
Mhm.
with a coach. So honestly, those were my big things.
I love it.
Coaching, letting it go, take a break if you need.
Yeah.
Oh, and going back to what we were talking about,
Mhm.
just finding something that makes you happy that's not acting that you can do alongside acting because
Yeah.
it takes the pressure off.
Yeah. And I think I'll just like end on that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like tie the knot to what you're saying. Yeah, like just like when you said like like finding something other than acting that you like, it's so important honestly because like there's like if we don't live, and there's nothing to draw from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly
And
yes.
like that's actually one of the advices one of my buddies, Marius, he also gave it to me a couple of years ago, and he's like, "Hey man, you gotta live life. You gotta go through
You
shit.
have to.
And
You
then
have
you
to.
can use that to kind of just help your
Yeah.
career and yeah. So I mean, it's so well.
That's one of my students had asked the same question. What advice would you give? And that's literally it. It's like live more life.
Yeah.
Do new things. Try new things.
through
Meet
shit
new
and-
people.
and
Go
just-
through shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Amazing. Well,
Yeah.
the great Danica Frederick, everyone.
Thanks so much for
Such an honor.
having
Such a
me.
pleasure.
Oh, I'm honored. I so appreciate you
We
having
should
me.
do it again sometime.
We
Whenever you're
should.
back, I don't know if you're sticking around, if you're leaving, but yeah, let me know. I'd
Plot-
love to have you again.
Plot twist. I didn't tell you this before. I have a podcast with my friend Maddie.
You
we
do?
Yeah. We haven't filmed in a little bit. We were gonna
No
film
fucking way.
Yeah, we haven't filmed in a little bit because we've both been busy. She was in
Yes.
LA for a premiere. Her movie premieres on the
Crazy.
3rd on Netflix. It's called My Secret Santa. Everyone
Yeah,
should
yeah.
watch it.
Yes.
Yes, we have a podcast too.
gosh, okay,
So
we'll check it
maybe
out. What's the
we'll
name
turn the
of the podcast?
tables. It's called Pinned. Pinned under the crippling weight of just trying to survive. So it's an acting podcast as well, but
all I
it's
want to do right now would be pinned.
yeah. But we kind of, to bring this full circle to what you were saying, the button is life. Like
Yes.
it's just living life and what that looks like when you're trying to live as an artist.
Totally.
Yeah.
So well said.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you so
Really
much.
Appreciate it. Honestly, like, it was a blast.
I had so much
Such a
fun.
good conversation. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next episode. And yeah, make sure to subscribe and all that stuff. You guys know the drill.
Like and
See ya.
subscribe.
See you
Bye.
guys.